What's up, everybody? It's your boy DTLF, man. Welcome back to the channel, man. Special video today: free agency predictions, free agency talk, potential breaking news coming up. Not on this video, but on the next following one, hopefully, since free agency officially starts in about 3 hours. So stay tuned for that. I will be back if something breaks in regards to the Lakers, especially if it's a big move. But you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. What's up, Devin? What's up, everybody? This is going to be a special day, hopefully, for us. And I have some potential breaking news that could break in the next 3 hours. You heard it here first. But Mark Stein, amongst other reporters, are reporting that Anthony Davis could potentially sign a 5-year max. Okay, 5-year max deal, not a 1+1, not a 2+1, but a 5-year max deal with the Lakers. This would be huge for us, not just for this free agency, but for future free agencies moving forward. Not only to mention that Anthony Davis will be locked up, man. The future will be so bright. But yes, that's a report that just surfaced. So I usually don't believe rumors till they're surfacing at the very end, right before free agency. So this one sounds really credible, and it's by Mark Stein, who's a credible source. So that'll be great if that happens. Now, that's just the first of many rumors that I got to report to you guys and to talk about, as well as the draft and other things you guys have questions for, not just for the Lakers, but for any fan base, any team you guys have questions for me as far as free agency, draft grades, whatever, go ahead and ask me, guys. But this is the official video of my free agency predictions and what I think is going to happen. Now, you guys know me. You guys know that usually I make a prediction video like a week before free agency. Well, this year is different because Rob Pelinka is keeping everything close to the chest. So I wanted to come live and talk about it with you guys personally. Now, I'll take a couple questions before I get into my next couple points because I want to get you guys involved. What up, Laker Nation for life? How you doing, girl? She said, Dan, you seen that Serge Ibaka farewell video yesterday? Yes, I did. And I think he's gone. I think he's gone not just because Toronto's a cold place to play in and because he's about to cash out elsewhere. But I think he's gone because he doesn't want to play in Tampa Bay, man. That's where the home games are going to be located for Toronto next year. So my prediction is he's gone. That's my first prediction. He's gone. Where? I have no clue. Again, if Rob Pelinka is working something out, he's keeping it close to the chest. Now, there's a rumor the homegirl just shot at me right now, right before I went on live, and I want to address it. And that's the fact that the Lakers, as you guys know, that Bogdanovich trade from the Kings to the Bucks didn't go through. It fell apart because Bogdanovich didn't want to sign an extension. And it was, I guess, tampering because they were working on free agent deals before free agency, obviously, which is 3 hours ahead. Everybody knows everybody tampers. However, when it's so apparent, they're going to bring up a huge point. So Bogdanovich is actually meeting with two teams to start free agency, our very own Lakers and the Hawks. Now, the reason I'm a bit concerned about this is for two reasons. For one, Bodie Bogdanov, or whatever his name is, I always butcher it, but the Kings shooting guard, he is a great shooter and a good playmaker, and he can take you off the dribble and do some things. We've seen him go off against us. However, it's fool's gold to me because he plays for a team that hasn't accomplished nothing. Until he proves it for an actual team like the Lakers, then I won't believe in him. Now, is he talented? Sure. Is he going to be able to produce for a big market like the Lakers? Who knows? That's up in there. Now, what is his value and what is his worth? In my opinion, I wouldn't give him more than 10 mil. I know he's going to want a lot more. He's going to want somewhere along the lines of 17 or 18, but he's not a proven player. He's putting up good numbers. What is it, 14, 15 points a game on a suck-ass team. For that reason itself, I would not even consider giving him anywhere over 10 mil. That's my cap for him. Now, as far as other free agents go, we've been hearing for other teams. I'm also going to talk about Gordon Hayward potentially going to the Knicks. I've been hearing on a 3-year, $70 million deal. That's crazy. They always overpay for these players. He's injury prone. He's coming off a major injury. He hasn't been the same player. They're paying him like if he was Utah Jazz Gordon Hayward. So I have a problem with that. But then again, the Knicks are going to nick, right? That's what they do. And then Rajon Rondo reportedly is gaining momentum towards going and signing with the Hawks over the Clippers. Man, what a slap in the face that would be to the Clippers. I would love it. Go ahead, Rondo. I will support you if you go and mentor one of my favorite players, Trae Young. That would be awesome to watch. I would love that, man. So that's another rumor going on. Another rumor is that the Lakers are interested in Markieff Morris to bringing him back. Obviously, he was great for us. and short stints and all that. But the main rumor I want to talk about, Serge Ibaka. All right. If we can get him, it's a wrap. So I'm pretty sure Rob is targeting him. Remember, he keeps things close to the chest. So hopefully we hear some breaking news, not just with AD, which is already great. We won free agency just by signing AD. If that's a true rumor, to a 5-year max, it's a wrap. We're going to hold the dominoes to free agency for the next couple of years because AD is in place. And guess what? Players like to go places where star players are established and they're ready to compete right away. So that would be amazing. Now, another report coming out that nobody else supposedly is interested in Dwight Howard other than the Lakers. Now, I feel like that rumor is maybe bogus. Why? Because Dwight Howard, I'm sorry, it's kind of bright in here, isn't it? Let me close the shades a little bit. It's a little bright in here. Let me close the shades. All right. Yeah, it'll be a little bit better. All right. The reason why I think that's a BS rumor is because everybody knows once you win a championship, everybody's value goes up. So why not Dwight's? And supposedly the Lakers are the only team actually interested in Dwight, even though Dwight wants to get paid a little bit more. I bring back Dwight at $3 to $4 million. Now remember this: even after we sign AD to a max extension, if that does come to fruition, we still have $27 million because KCP opted out. He left $9 million on the table. Avery Bradley opted out. He left $5 million on the table, amongst other players that we waived. What's his name? Jesus, I forgot his name already. Quinn Cook. We waived Quinn Cook, so that created more cap space. So we have about $27 million to tinker with. That's more than enough for the mid-level exception for somebody like Serge Ibaka. So that's $9 million. If he's willing to take a bit of a slice, that would be awesome. Hey, what up, Laker Nation for life? I just addressed your rumor about Bogdanovich. I said I'd like him, but for no more than $10 million. The only problem with that is if we offer him $10 million, the Kings are going to match because he's a restricted free agent. So if I'm the Lakers, I'm not even tying up my money with a free agent like that unless it's a sign and trade or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You walk a slippery slope by handing out a contract and then, watching the Kings, I think they have 2 to 3 days to match that. And now your $10 million will be tied up with him when you can go out and get other players. Jeremy Grant is somebody everybody's been talking about. He would be awesome. Jeremy Grant and Serge Ibaka, and this would be the greatest offseason we've had in the last, 10 years, right? If we get Jeremy Grant and Serge Ibaka, don't even ask me a question about who's winning a championship. Like, that's how conceited I'm going to be. Don't even talk to me if your team is in the Lakers. Like, that's how stuck up I'm going to be. No, I'm just playing. But seriously, Jeremy Grant and Serge Ibaka on this already star-studded Laker team, forget about it. Everybody might as well mail in the next couple championships because we're going to three-peat. Now, if we get one of those two, it's a big dub. If we get none of those two, we can still find ways to make it work. Now, Rob has kept everything close to the vest, right? So what that tells me is since Rob Pelinka is operating, he's been doing a great job, right? My thing about Rob is we're not going to know who he's signing until it's happened. So all these rumors, you can throw them out the window right now. It's going to be a last-minute thing. Whatever happens, it's going to be a last-minute thing, right? But Rob, I'm pretty sure, has been working with these players all summer long. Like, not in summer, I'm sorry. I'm used to it being around the summer. But for the last couple of months, Rob has been doing his due diligence. You don't think he was recruiting in the bubble? You don't know basketball. You know what I'm saying? Rob has been putting in work. He's a shark. And I think we may hear some breaking news besides the huge news on Anthony Davis. For those of you that are just joining, I mentioned how Mark Stein, amongst other reporters, are reporting that Anthony Davis might sign a 5-year max extension with the Lakers, which would be a huge slap in the face to Bulls fans, number one, because they were delusional. I was like, I can't wait for the next couple of hours when their delusion just disappears. But my thing is, if we sign AD, there's no other max free agent in this free agent class. So I think he's the first domino to fall. As soon as he signs, I think the big names are going to start coming off the board. Guys like Serge, guys like Jeremy Grant, Paul Millsap, guys like that. Now, who the Lakers are going to get, I have no idea, but it certainly helps to have your superstars in place to help you recruit. If you have AD and you have LeBron in place, it doesn't matter who else is on the team. You know you're a championship contender. So if Serge wants to be here, he's going to be here. If Jeremy Grant wants to be here, he will be here. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to win a championship. If they care more about the money, we're free agency. You find a lot about a player's character. Do they care more about the money? The players that care more about the money are signing with the Knicks, with the Detroit Pistons, the Hawks, whoever has the cap space. That's where they're going. And the players that care about a championship, hopefully Serge, hopefully Jeremy Grant, hopefully players like that, they might still look to cash in somewhat, but they're going more with the contenders, with teams like the Lakers, teams like the Nuggets. The Nuggets are under the radar team that's also going to be very, very good. Who did they draft? I think I loved their draft pick. I forgot who it was, but I was very excited for them because I was like, man, they're already putting up a fight, and they're very underrated with drafting. They got another good piece. I'm not sure if they have cap, but if they can get a nice veteran, I think they cleared up some cap when Millsap left. They get a nice veteran, they're going to be a problem. Here's my biggest hope for free agency. Rondo, if he spurns us, hopefully he doesn't go to the Clippers. Anywhere else he goes, it's a big slap in the face to Skip Bayless. I'm with it. Let's do it. I support you, Rondo. Anywhere but the Clippers. Even if he goes with Boston, I despise Boston, but at least I would understand because that's where he started his career. I'm not going to hate on him for that. The only way he loses my complete respect is if he goes to the one place careers go to die. Your San Diego Clippers. That's the only way I lose respect for him. Other than that, he's always going to have my respect as a champion, man. He did put in work for us. Now, Schroeder was an upgrade, a big-time upgrade. Number one, he's 6 years younger or 7 years younger or something like that. He's only 27. He's probably going to be a part of our core moving forward, depending on how he performs this year and what kind of paycheck he gets next year. But remember, we can go over the cap to re-sign our own players. So if we go out and get a max player next year, we can go over the cap to re-sign Dennis Schroeder. He's not a lost cause. So a lot is going to depend on how well he fits and if he continues to perform like a 6-man of the year candidate. If he does that, the league's in trouble because now we'll have AD, LeBron, potentially another star player with Schroeder. My goodness. Any questions, guys? Any questions? I know I had to get all this stuff off my chest, but a lot of rumors flying left and right. The latest rumor is that the Lakers are going to be in talks with again, Bogdanovich from the Kings. That's what I'm going to call him. If I butchered his name, oh, well, my bad. Apologies. Now, the kid is an elite shooter for a sucky team. Can he be an elite shooter for a good team like the Lakers when the pressure's on? That's the true question. And if he is, man, we're not only going to win free agency, we're going to destroy free agency because I think he's not the only player on the market. Now, this could very well be a sign and trade with KCP. Let's just say KCP wants to get paid more than the Lakers are willing to pay. Maybe they'll go out and get a younger piece or a better shooter, more consistent like Bogdanovich, and they'll do a sign and trade with the Kings. Maybe that way the Kings don't lose any value. I don't know. This free agency can go a lot of ways, but people wanted me to do a prediction video, and for the first time this year, I am just open-minded to whatever Rob Pelinka does. He's earned my full trust, and I could predict we're going to get Serge or Jeremy Grant, but Rob Pelinka has kept things so close to the vest that I have no idea for the first time in a long time. Normally, you guys know I'm pretty good at predicting these things, but this time I have no idea who we're going to get. He said, Kuz getting traded? Dan, what's your prediction? Only if the right piece is available. Only if like a Zach LaVine. Let's just say that we don't want KCP. We prefer Zach LaVine. We go out and we do a sign and trade with KCP, Kyle Kuzma, and JaVale McGee, and we can probably land a Zach LaVine. Only like that would I be okay with trading a Kyle Kuzma. Other than that, he's on a contract year. He's hungry. I'm sure he's going to prove a lot of the haters wrong. I would keep him just for that simple fact. And Rob Pelinka mentioned something interesting, which I had already mentioned in my previous show, was that they could easily slide in Kyle Kuzma at the wing position to get some major minutes now that Danny Green is gone, especially if we miss out on some of these wing players. But a lot is going to depend on if we're able to sign guys like Jeremy Grant or Bogdanovich or Gallinari, anybody like that. If we sign one of those guys, then they're probably going to get the bulk of the minutes, and Kuz goes back to a 6-man role. But even then, I think he will thrive. He's hungry, contract year. Dennis Schroeder's on the team now. He's another playmaker. A lot of people compare him to Rondo. He's crafty like Rondo. He's a good defender. He's scrappy like Rondo, but he's a better shooter than Rondo. No disrespect to the legendary vet, but I'm just saying, like, he's a better shooter than Rondo has been. He's quicker than Rondo has been. He's shifty, so he's definitely an upgrade. He said, Dan, I commented on PJ Tucker's IG post, come to the Lakers for the pay cut veterans minimum. We'll see, man. We'll see. Hi, Dan. You and Splash Squad are my favorite. Love your content. Thank you so much, Antonio. She's dope. I actually recently started getting into her content. She's pretty dope, man. So if you guys already haven't, go ahead and check her out, man. She's putting work for the Lakers, and her predictions are pretty on point as well. So, we're like Batman and Robin. He said, fire jersey. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to my dog for getting me this jersey, man. I appreciate him. He said, why is AD taking so long to sign? Actually, free agency hasn't even started yet, JY. So you better wise up, my man. Yeah, wordplay right there for you. But yeah, free agency hasn't officially started till 3 p.m. Pacific time. So we still got a little less than 3 hours till free agency officially kicks off. Matter of fact, there was two contradicting rumors. One was saying that Anthony Davis wasn't going to sign an extension till after Thanksgiving, which I didn't understand. Unless, like, for some reason they're trying to like finesse the cap to get more players over here. I don't know how that will work. Don't ask me. I'm not an agent. But the recent report makes more sense. He's willing to sign a max contract, 5-year deal, long-term contract. He'll be able to get another one when he's like 32, 33 as well. So it would make sense. Why do I think the change of heart in Anthony Davis or the hand has been revealed to, for his intentions to sign a 5-year max? Why? I think Klay Thompson's injury had a lot to do with it. And go ahead and smash the like button, guys. I see you guys. We got over 400 in here. Make sure I feel the love on that. But Klay Thompson's injury has opened a lot of players' eyes. You're not promised tomorrow. You better get that payday right now, because look at DeMarcus Cousins' situation. If he would have got the payday a little bit sooner, these injuries wouldn't hurt as bad, because at least he would be rolling in dough. Instead, my man could never get that Supermax contract, and he lost a ton of money. If I am him, if I am Anthony Davis, I secure the bag right now, and then I secure another bag when this contract ends, because the Lakers are that franchise to give you that money even when you're 32, 33. We did it with Kobe. We've done it with LeBron. We're a grade A class organization. We're not going to do you dirty. We're not going to use you up and then go ahead and trade you into basketball Siberia like the Clippers did Blake Griffin. We're not that franchise. So go ahead, put your trust in us. Give us that max extension. Secure the bag, which is good for your career as well. God forbid anything crazy happen, but at least you'll have the bag, and we move from there. Hey, OG Laker fan. Hey, what's up, Greg? How you doing, bro? Thanks, Vern. I appreciate you. He said, hey, Dan, I love your content and your heart for our Lakers. I'm a diehard, right with you, bro. Keep it up, my man. Appreciate you, man. I always appreciate the words of encouragement, because this is my second love. I mean, this is my first love, covering basketball, right? So it's not a job to me, man. It's my pleasure. And thank you guys for your kindness, your donations, your likes, your subscriptions. It all means the world to me, man. Always humble. He said, what about Bogdan? Yeah, I mean, like I already covered that. I like him. I like his talent. He's definitely good. I'd be excited if we got him. Don't get me wrong. However, you have to remember he's a restricted free agent. So unless it is a sign and trade and we end up, upgrading to him over KCP for more consistency shooting or something like that, then I wouldn't trust that very much, because remember, he's restricted. A team can wait a couple of days and then, match your offer and end up keeping him. So that's risky for Rob, because now you're tying up whatever they offer him, and now you missing out on free agents as that happens. So what the Lakers have to do is, if they want to secure Bogdanovich, it's probably going to have to be a sign and trade. Then I wouldn't be surprised if Kuzma was included, but I would hate that, man. I would hate that, because I think Kuzma brings us some versatility that position doesn't have very often. That wing forward position, the versatility, the ability to put the ball on the floor, defend, and do multiple things. I wouldn't be a big fan of that trade for that reason. Now, shooting guards, there's a dime a dozen in the NBA. So even though Bogdan is good, he's a promising young shooting guard, we can easily fill that role with like a Wesley Matthews on a cheaper contract without losing a Kuz. See, the idea here is to add without subtracting. If I'm going to subtract a piece as valuable as Kuzma, who's on a contract-hungry year, I want me a Zach LaVine type player. That's the only way. But maybe I'm greedy. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. That's just how I feel, man. Vic, appreciate you, man. Thanks for a donation, bro. He said, wouldn't mind offering BI a contract or going for Gordon. No, same thing for Brandon Ingram. He's guaranteed to go back to the Pelicans because he's restricted. Now, for those of you that don't know what restricted means that the team you were last on, they have the right to match anything anybody else throws up, whether the player wants it or not. So he can sign with us, but that team can go and just match that and then just have him for the price that we were offering him. So that's how it works. He's basically not a free agent unless they don't want him and they want to do a sign and trade. But you know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to give up that value for nothing. Brandon Ingram is going to be a superstar in this league. I told you guys from the moment we drafted him, and he's showing out. I mean, he was his breakout year last year. What he averaged, like 23, 24? And that's just, he's barely getting started, man. What is he, barely 21, 22? He's only going to be better once he gets stronger and he continues to get his feet wet in the NBA. So he's not going anywhere. No, I think he's going to be a superstar. He has all the tools. He can play defense. He has good length. He has ball handling. He could face up. He's a two-way superstar. I think he's going to be a top 10 talent in this league. I've been saying it from the moment that we drafted him. So shouts out to him. However, I'd still do the trade 10 out of 10 times because Anthony Davis just brought us a championship along with LeBron. So and he's going to continue to dominate. We have the best big man in the NBA. Vic, he said, totally agree about superstar. Didn't realize it. He was a restricted free agent. Oh, yeah, man, he is. And that's the thing about most draft picks. When they're in their rookie contract, because the league doesn't want these young stars to go to like stacked teams. The first year is always the first like 3-4 years after the contract's up, they're restricted free agents. Is their next contract when they become unrestricted, unless the team puts a clause where the next contract is restricted as well, but the player has to agree to that. So that's the way it works. Just a little quick update for you guys there. Now, I do work today. However, free agency starts at 3, which is perfect for me because free agent moves should be going on since then. I'm not going to go live right at free agency unless the Lakers make a splash. So if the Lakers make a splash, whether it be AD, max year deal, I will be here to break it down with you. Any major splash. If it's a minor splash, that I may or may not come on live, but anything major that improves this team significantly, like Serge Ibaka, Jeremy Grant, anybody like that, especially Anthony Davis, I'm coming back on live as soon as it happens. So stay tuned for that. But I'll still here for you guys answering questions for now. I'm refreshing my timeline, seeing if any updates pop up. Yeah, it says we're expected to be a suitor for Bogdan. So that's looking very likely. Now, I expect that to be a sign and trade. So I say bye-bye KCP or bye-bye Kuzma. One of those things. The Lakers are reported to be interested in acquiring Bogdan Bogdanovic. It's going to happen because he doesn't want to be a king. So most likely the Lakers, we've been talking trades with them for a long time, since trade deadline. That was a trade we were talking with them. So it's probably going to happen. That may be your first pin to drop. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that would be a pretty big move for the Lakers, especially if we don't have to give up Kuz. I'd rather give up KCP because as great as he was in the playoffs, he's inconsistent during the regular season. And if you can get some more consistency from a younger player, or I'm not sure if they're around the same age, but at least a little bit more potential from a Bogdan type player, then we'll see what happens there. Well, how you guys feel about that? A lot of you guys saying Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield, I think, is way overpaid. I'm not sure I want him at all. He said Kings will throw in Luke. No, Luke Walton, don't say that. Joe Harris is going to be overpaid. Trust me, you don't want Joe Harris. Not at 20 mil. Heck no. Heck no. He said Bodan is it Bodan or Bogdan? I don't know. I'm butchering his name. I'm gonna have to learn it if we end up landing him, because God forbid I butcher his name when we're here. Right? I don't want to butcher his name at all. He said, Ordinary Joe, he said, yo, you better, my #1 source for the Lakers news. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Anytime you guys make me a reliable source, that means so much to me. So thank you, guys. He said, according to The Athletic, Pelinka will have a meeting with Bogdanovic. Yes, we reported that a little bit earlier in the channel. So if you're just tuning in, yes, that's going to be interesting. That might be the first pin to drop. Ooh, we'll see what happens. Free agencies. So, free agency is some of my favorite time, man. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I'm telling you guys, man, I can't believe Christmas is right around the corner, and now we got free agency and the NBA season starting. Woo! I love it, man. Erickson, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the donation, man. But I'm going to tell you guys right now. Thank you, guys. I was just messing around. They said voice of an angel. I appreciate that. Oh, I do have a mixtape coming out, man. I've been working day and night, grinding. Me and my boy Lonnie, we're dropping a mixtape, so stay tuned for that. You guys are into music. By the way, did you guys see that Jeezy versus Gucci, man, yesterday? That thing was hot. I mean, I have forgot a lot of those hits that Jeezy had, man. Young Jeezy. Iceman, but Snowman. I'm sorry. But man, I absolutely love. I love. He destroyed Gucci, in my opinion. What do you guys think about that? He said, "Yo, that was the best one." He said, "Dan, preseason is starting 11th December. I can't wait for that." Now, I'm curious to see if the Lakers are going to opt to play 3 or 4 games. You can. It's optional. He said Gucci one. I don't think so, man. Gucci's dope though. I love Gucci, man. But yeah, nah. I think he got too many. I think Young Jeezy has too many hits, bro. Jeremy Grant would be awesome. Yo, Jeremy Grant would be amazing, man. Jeremy Grant, he reminds me like a poor man's Lamar Odom. He's versatile, can handle the ball, he attacks the rim, he could pass a little bit, and he could shoot a little bit. But he's not as good as Lamar. Obviously, Lamar to me is a Hall of Famer. But all I gotta say is I would love Jeremy Grant. Young Elder, appreciate you, bro. He said, bruh, Bogdanovich is the perfect fit for us. You're sleeping on him. I'm not sleeping on him. I would like him. The only thing I'm saying is we have to tread carefully. If we sign him, it should be a sign and trade. It shouldn't be like just signing him and hope that the Kings don't match, because the Kings are going to match. There's value there. There's no way that a team like the Kings, who have not a non-playoff team, aren't keeping the value around, even if they just signed to trade him, right? That's all I'm saying about him. I like the kid. Do I love him like some of you guys do? No, he's going to have to earn my respect on the contending team, because anybody can ball out with the Sacramento Kings or with the Detroit Pistons, but can you come and do that here? Remember, it took KCP like 3 years before he got comfortable. Everybody hated him his first 2 years. That's all I'm saying. We need a player that's going to come in right away and put in the big numbers. But I appreciate the donation, bro. Thank you. Jameson, thank you, bro. What do you think about the status of KCP and the railing on the dang appeal on his contract? The NBA is doing us dirty, man, by not letting us know before free agency if we were approved. If we were approved for that, unless there was an update. But yeah, I can't believe the NBA is just holding us down like that. They should let us know like at least a week in advance. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. Check this out. We have some potential breaking news here. The Raptors hope to sign Fred VanVleet to a 4-year deal around the $80 to $90 million range. I told you that kid was going to get paid. He's probably the next best free agent after AD, man. The Lakers and the Hawks have interest in acquiring Bogdanovich after the Bucks Kings deal fell through. Yep, we read that one already. So just looking at my timeline for updates. All I'm gonna say is, look, I love Bogdan. Don't want to tie up the money for a couple of days because there's a lot of other free agents there that could be had, like Wesley Matthews, that could kind of fill that role. But yeah, of course, if he comes here, man, I'm happy. Especially if we don't give up, you know who. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's funny, man. Clipper fans be coming at me on Twitter, man. That's hilarious. He said, Wesley is cheap, bro. $1 million. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Davis Bertans would be nice too, but what's the price? I just want to know what the price tag is on all these players, right? Some of these guys just want to cash in. Davis Bertans, he's a young player who had a breakout year last year. We haven't seen that consistently enough from him to throw no 12 to 15 mil at him. I would throw like maximum of 7 to 8. So for a player like that, they're unproven players. This is what NBA fans have to understand. One good year for a bad team isn't going to prove to me you're worth 10 to 12 mil. Yeah, DTLF, the best versus was DMX and Snoop Dogg. Yeah, that was pretty competitive. I love both of those guys. He said, what about a KCP and McGee trade, a pick for Gordon Hayward? That would be Lakers. No, Gordon Hayward is looking to cash out. He turned down 27 mil because he must have a contract waiting for him that's around the similar range. Like, he must. So yeah, no. Bro said, I love your music, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. We still have a few DTLF fans. Y'all remember the mixtapes and stuff. Well, I got more coming up, man. So hopefully you stay tuned for that. I thought it was 30-something mil. No, he turned down 27 mil, I think. Yeah, Gordon Hayward is never going to be the same anymore after those injuries. I don't think so, at least. Hopefully he proves me wrong. I always cheer for those players to recoup and recover. By the way, prayers up for Klay Thompson, man. That was horrible. He tore his other ACL. Was it his ACL or his Achilles? I always get those confused. But he tore the opposite leg. He's having Derrick Rose type injuries, man. That's tough. But I am happy that he was able to cash out before those injuries. So that's really good. Dan, I have a feeling something amazing will be happening. I hope Bogdan and Ibaka. We get those two players, it's over, man. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. They might as well just, since it's COVID, they might as well mail in the Larry O'Brien trophy, man. It was 34 mil? Jesus Christ. 34 mil? I would never turn that down. Even if it was playing for a team like Boston, I would cash in and then ask for a trade. You got to be smart. Come on, man. You're never going to get that in your career probably unless the Knicks. Erickson, appreciate you, bro. I got another fan in here. That's what's up, bro. Dan, hope the Lakers make a big playoff season. I think something's going to happen, man. Here's the thing. If you realize when it's quiet and you don't hear too many rumors, that's when a splash happens. We didn't hear too much of Dennis Schroeder since like what, January, right? When the trade deadline last year was there. So we'll see what happens. Dan, should the Lakers get Melo? I would give them a shot. Especially if they trade Kuz. I say yes. But if we still have Kuz, we have the similar production from that position already. I never want to duplicate. You know, you don't want to stack too much at one position. We have plenty of forwards already. And we're looking for a big. We're looking for a surge type, Tristan Thompson, Dwight Howard. So we don't want to get too many bigs like that. He said, let's stay humble. Absolutely. Humble but confident. That's the key. You got to stay confident. Don't ever lose your confidence, man. I'm always confident in this team. Can I get a shout out for Cook? He a real one. Oh, yeah, man. Quinn Cook, man, he was a real professional. He never complained about his lack of minutes. You know, he's a Laker, man. He lived out the Laker dream that Laker fans wish we could have. I would kill to just sit on the bench and win a championship ring with the Lakers. Like, I would do anything. I wouldn't kill. Not hypothetically speaking, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I'd give up my left leg just to have one season where I get to represent the Lakers and win a championship, even though he didn't play much. I'd still give that up. Boogie would be dope as well. DeMarcus is out there. There's plenty of free agents to be had. So it's just it's going to be an interesting free agency. I can't stop refreshing my timeline for the latest rumors here. But yeah, that's the last one. I guess the Bogdanovich one, the Bogdanovich one. Let's see what happens there. As soon as the clock strikes, let's see if there's anything reported. A lot of the times these deals are agreed upon a couple hours before there is tampering. And then, you know, as soon as the clock strikes, that's when the deal is announced, as if they just got on the phone and say, hey, you want to sign with us? Sure. Okay. And then they announce it. That never happens like that. But, you know. He said Tristan would be that instant mesh. Well, the thing about Tristan Thompson is he has a high motor. If nothing else, that's what he's bringing to the table. What I don't like about Tristan is his involvement with the Kardashians and the possible distractions he could have off the court. But that's why I say he's not my first or second option. That's for sure. Dan, there aren't any superstars in free agency, but there are a lot of key role players. So it's going to be very fun to see where they go. Let's go, Laker Nation. And don't forget about this. Whoever signs here is probably going to take a one-year deal with a one-year team option. Why? Because the Lakers are circling next offseason. Unless they could trade for a young star like Zach LaVine here, they're circling the next offseason where we're going to have cap. We're going to have cap because, we're going to have cap. And so there's going to be a lot of free agents. I'm talking Bradley Beal is a free agent. I'm talking Giannis, amongst many others. There's going to be tons of free agents. So the Lakers are going to have their pick of the litter, and I'm sure somebody's going to want to come join this duo. But we got to pick the right one. Dan, there aren't any superstars. Breaking news? Not yet, man. Let's wait. Dan, I'm in Florida. What time the free agency starts? Free agency starts in about 2 hours and 30 minutes, more or less. Sometimes, we get the news like a minute before, so more or less. But yeah, in about 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's 3 Pacific time. Our time is 6 Eastern time. So yep. So 6 for you, it seems. Yep. Whoo-wee. He said Bradley Beal isn't a free agent next year. He can opt out. I believe, doesn't he have a player option? I could have sworn I seen him have a player option. I know, but there's tons of them. Even if I'm wrong on the Bradley Beal situation, there's tons of free agents next year. Hey, how you doing, Shine? Welcome to the chat. You guys have any questions? Hit me, guys. I basically cleared my mind with all the rumors and everything. Even if you're from a fan of another fan base, you have a question for me, go ahead, man. I always enjoy those as well. He said Jeremy Grant, Serge, and I'm good. I'll take one of the three, man. All it's going to take is one of the three, and we're going to be more than good because we're already pretty stacked, and the rest can be like fillers. Honestly, if we can get one of those three without giving up anything. Beal signed a 2-year deal extension. Oh, he did? Okay, then I take that back. Dan, is AD staying? Please let me know. I believe so. Trayshawn, because the rumors have it, reports are surfacing that as soon as the clock strikes, we're striking a deal with him that's worth 5 years. So he's going super max. But my thing is, he'll be eligible for a super mega max, which is over 200 mil when that contract's over anyway. So why not get the bag right now? Why play with fate, right? And risk an injury, and then boom, nobody wants to offer you the same amount of money. Yeah, don't play with your money, man. Get it while it's hot. Who is the best from the East? The best from the East is not established right now. Right now, it's a coin flip. Last year, the Heat came out, but it was because the East wasn't that strong, in my opinion. The Heat were an underdog, though, and they are still going to be strong this year. However, they're still like a superstar away from even being real contenders. Now, a lot of people have them landing Westbrook. To me, that's going to be counterproductive. You don't want, a ball-pounding guard that's a breakmaster to try to propel you over the top. That's not going to help. They're on the right path, though. As far as how good the Bucks will be, we don't know yet. I think they're still missing another piece. Yeah, they have Chris Middleton. Yes, they have Drew Holiday. But to me, that's not going to be enough to get it done. Not versus us if they get there. They say, yo, Dan, what do you think about what is happening with Westbrook? No market for him. I told you guys, he's not a winning type. Once teams start realizing this, why would you want to trade for an aging point guard who's kind of plays reckless, who's like one knee bump away from, having a season-ending injury, knock on wood. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But what I'm saying is, who wants to bet young assets and pieces for a player like that who's not even that good for your locker room? He may not be toxic, but he doesn't seem like a positive person. If I'm a GM, I don't want anything to do with Russell Westbrook. Everywhere he's gone, he's not a winner. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been in Oklahoma City. They couldn't win it with KD. If he was that good, they would have won it. They got to the finals. They had a stacked team. They had James Harden, KD. They were too young. Okay, I'll give you that. But he didn't do nothing with James Harden, obviously for obvious reasons, right? Obvious reasons. But at the same time, I will tell you this. He's not a winning type. The only way I can see Russell Westbrook winning is if he joins like the Lakers or a team that's already established, and he just basically contributes here and there, but he has to take a backseat role. If he joins even a team like our Lakers and tries to be this dominant guard, rumor has it he wants to go to a team like the Knicks so he can continue to pound the ball. That's not going to help anybody. So, Dan, do you still want DeRozan? If we do a sign and trade with KCP, I'd be cool with him. Is he my top priority? No. My top priority, the number one person I want, if we were to trade, is Zach LaVine. UCLA product, man. I've always been a fan of his. He's still in his prime. He's still young. He's already putting up 20+, and he would definitely be it would be bright, our future, if we move forward with him and Anthony Davis as the core, along with Kuz and LeBron. That would be crazy. But if we can't get Zach LaVine, my primary targets right now are role players because we're good enough to win a championship right now. So Jeremy Grant and Serge Ibaka are my top two targets in the offseason. If we can't get them starting, in a couple hours, if we can't get those guys, now we're looking at different tiers. Now we're looking at the Bogdans, we're looking at the Tristan Thompsons. We're looking for the other role players that can still help us, but they're not going to be as impactful as the Surges, as the Gallinaris, as those type players, right? So you have the cream of the crop. That's Serge Ibaka, Jeremy Grant, Gallinari. Those are my top three in free agency. Then you got other guys, right? And you go from there. I'm waiting for Woj to announce Dudley for Giannis. Oh, you're funny, Jackie. You're funny. She said LeBron James game changed his game a lot more threes. Well, he had to. Because if he bangs for an 82-game season plus playoffs, as much as he makes it to the postseason, he's going to get injured. And if you know LeBron, he's about taking care of his body, so he has to be smart. He's also a point guard. He's out here handling the ball, averaging 10+ assists. He's an animal. So we want him healthy at all times. I don't care if he settles for three sometimes. But in the finals, we need him banging out, and that's what he did. So when it matters, LeBron is king. Man, if we land Zach, Bro, let me tell you something, bro. If we land Zach LaVine, this is gonna be the funnest we've had since Showtime. Like last year was fun, don't get me wrong, but we still had a couple knucklehead types. We still had the Danny Greens. KCP during the regular season was kind of started off a little bad, and then he picked it up. But if we get Zach LaVine to go with AD, LeBron, Kuz, Dennis Schroeder, and whoever else is there, this is going to be the funnest we've had since the Showtime Lakers. And no, I wasn't. Oh, I'm not old enough to remember that, but I've seen the clips and the highlights. Man, those Showtime Lakers were having fun and winning championships. Same thing's going to happen if we land Zach LaVine to go with LeBron. LeBron taking Zach under his wing like that. I know they play different positions, but still, you can learn a lot from a vet, a superstar like LeBron. Just ask AD, ask Anthony Davis. Like you can learn a lot. Spammers get blocked. That's all I know. Too bad you wasted it on one word. He said, "Dan, what are your thoughts on Clay's injury?" It's unfortunate, man. I hate to see it. He's not my favorite player, never has been. I'm not going to sit here and be hypocritical and tell you, oh, he was one of my favorite players, like all these people on Twitter. No, he's not my favorite player. I don't like Clay's game. He's a good defensive player, and he can knock down wide open threes and create for himself and all that. Good, gravy. But I'm not a huge fan of players that just, all they do is shoot, 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 shoot. Nah, I like players that have good footwork, which he does. I don't know. I just don't like Golden State. I don't like the Splash Bros. I've never been a fan. I like Curry early in his career, but then when they started mentioning with the best in the game, saying he's a top player, better than LeBron, better than Kobe, I felt like they catapult him. He has too many holes in his game. He's not a defensive player. He doesn't rebound. To be the best player in the league, you got to be well versed, like LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Warriors backcourt, but I do feel bad for him, man. Klay Thompson's a good dude overall, and I wish him the best. That's my honest opinion. But am I going to sit here and pretend like he was one of my favorites? Absolutely not. And this actually sets back the Warriors. Now they have to go about things differently, right? They have to go about things differently. So it's a problem for them. It's not a problem for us, but it's just unfortunate to see. You never want to see anybody injured. I was looking forward. I was looking forward to that matchup. Warriors, Lakers. Now let's see what the Christmas Day game is, right? Whoever makes a big splash, that's probably going to be the Christmas Day game against us. He said, yes, Dan, I don't like easy baskets. Bring back the old school hoops. I like what the Lakers do, Showtime. Yeah, man. I mean, this shooting three stuff got old. All they used to do is just run behind screens and shoot threes. I get it. I won't sound like an old head. I'm with three-point shooting as long as it's within the flow of the offense. But when these suckers come and pull up from half court, and you're not doing that in the finals. That's why Curry busted your ass, Steph, because you over here shooting half court shots that aren't going to matter in the finals. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. I think that's soft. I think they shoot because they're afraid of contact. I don't like that. Thoughts on JaVale opting in? Is it good? Is it bad? Is he getting traded? I didn't like the year JaVale had, especially in the playoffs. He was atrocious. He started off really good, like the first 10 games, and then it was downhill after that. So even though I'm not going to trash him because he's a Laker, I expect him to get traded at some point. If it ain't here, it'll probably be halfway through the season. Because if he's going to be as soft, and he was getting destroyed by guys like Paul Millsap, I'm like, bro, you're 7 feet tall. Use some of that length. You can't be 7 foot for no reason. Like, that's a waste. You know what I'm saying? That's a waste of what. But all in all I'm going to say about that is I wish him the best if he's a Laker. Obviously, I'm cheering for him. I'm rooting for him. I was hoping he opted out because we could have used that $4 million on somebody else. But he's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? I watch his vlogs and stuff. I'm not going to sit here and talk smack. I hope he has a better year if he stays. If not, I hope he's included in the package. As simple as that. Does Ibaka have interest in the Lakers? I believe so. But he hasn't said much. He recently dropped a video saying he loved Toronto and he's grateful and all that good stuff. But from what I'm hearing, the Raptors are actually interested in Tristan Thompson, which tells me he probably already told them he's leaving. He probably did them a favor and said, you guys might have to look elsewhere because I'm probably gone. I want some different type of weather or a bigger market or something. Our biggest competition for Serge Ibaka, in my opinion, is the Brooklyn Nets. That's our biggest, because of the relationship him and Kevin Durant have. If Brooklyn doesn't pick him up, then I think it's all but guaranteed we get him. I'd be surprised if he goes anywhere else other than Brooklyn or the Lakers. That's my prediction on it. Is Dion Waiters staying? I don't know. He didn't have a major role. I expect Alex Caruso's role to get an increase. I expect Tavon Horton-Tucker to get some minutes there at the 2 and at the 3. So if I'm developing those 2 other players, I'm probably not bringing back Dion Waiters. That was insurance just in case Caruso didn't perform in the playoffs, but by God did he perform. So he deserves the bulk of those minutes. Maybe they bring him back for insurance just in case of injuries or anything like that, but I doubt it, man. There's a lot of other options out there. He said we should get John Wall. No, thank you. I like him if he was healthy, but he's never healthy, man. Since he came in the league, he's been like what's that movie called? Broken. He's made out of glass. Like, no. Ibaka wants 12 to 15 million for 3 years. Oh man, that's gonna be tough. I would give him that for 2 years, but with a team option on the second. And then I would tell him, hey, if we decline the option, we'll re-sign you after we get the max free agent. That's what I would tell him. That's my selling point. Like, Serge, do you want to win a championship? Do you want your YouTube channel to blow up? You want to get celebrities on there? We can hook it up, man. Jeannie Buss got the connection. She can get Jack Nicholson. You guys ever seen that show called Mafuzi Chef by Serge Ibaka? It's very interesting. You know, it's on YouTube. He basically cooks exotic animals for celebrities and athletes, and they have to try it out. I like that show. That show could blow up a lot more if he was in LA. That's my selling point to you, bro. You want to learn business? We got Magic. You want more notoriety, better people on your show? We got LeBron and AD. That's going to be your first 2 guests, and we'll start from there. You want women? We got that in LA. You want money? We got that in LA. Commercials, all of that. Whatever you got, bro, you ain't never experienced it. It's cold in Toronto. It's warm out here. You know what I'm saying? That's my selling point then. You want a championship ring? Say no more. I should be pitching for the Lakers, man. They don't need nobody else but me. I should be out here giving my pitches to these guys. What do you want, Serge? We got it. What do you want? You want to own Pyology? We got you, Serge. We got connections. What do you want? You know, let me know. He said, Dan, the Bulls would want Kuz and KCP for LaVine, though. I would do it. Would you? Absolutely. For Zach LaVine, I would. For the right piece, you know I'm a team first guy. As much as I love Kuz, but even Kuz would trade itself for Zach LaVine. Trust me. Trust me. He said, Markieff played for the Lakers. Marcus played for the Flippers. Yeah, rumor has it we are going to come out here and offer him something. So, you know, we'll see what happened. So it looks like Portland just made a trade. Is that what I'm hearing? Oh, man, you got to love the NBA offseason. Nothing more exciting than the NBA offseason. All right, breaking news. Portland is trading Enes Kanter in a 3-team trade. What's the 3-team trade? I'm interested. I'm interested in this 3-team trade. What is it? What is it? He said, Bogdan trade? Yes, it might happen. It might go down. It might go down. Bogdan trade might go down. Let's see. He said Blazers. Oh, the Blazers got Ennis. Of course he does. Everybody should have interest in the Lakers because we just make everybody's brand better. Everybody's brand gets better when you come to the Lakers, man. Trust me. Just ask Anthony Davis. As soon as he came here, Pringles, he got that deal right off the bat. Yeah, that's a pretty good trade right there. That's a pretty good trade, man. Enes Kanter's a good player. He's decent, at least. So the Blazers receive Enes Kanter. Celtics receive future draft picks from Memphis. And the Grizzlies receive Mario Hezonja and the 30 pick Desmond Bane. Okay, so that's the official trade they made on draft night for Desmond Bane. I remember they acquired him. He said, who do you guys want, though? I want your guys' right before I leave, I'm going to ask you guys this, man. I want to get you all involved right quick. Give me your guys' depth chart as far as who would you prioritize in free agency. My top 3 is like this. Serge Ibaka, number 1. Number 2, Jeremy Grant. Number 3, Gallinari. Those are my top 3. After everybody else falls below that. If we can land any of those 3, it's a wrap to me, in my opinion. I want to hear your guys' top 3. Prioritize from 1 to 3. That's my curiosity. Where does Laker Nation view these people at? She said Jeremy Grant. Chris said Jeremy Grant at number 1. Dan, who do you think is the biggest threat to us in the West this season? We don't know yet. Till free agency is done, I will get back to you on that. Ask me this in a week from now. He said, I agree with that list. I agree. Perfect. Great minds, baby. He said Ibaka, Grant, Boban. Okay. Bogdan to the Lakers, they have mutual interest. Jeremy Grant, Ibaka, and Gallo. Jeremy Grant, Ibaka, and Gallo. Yep, same three. I love your top three. Me too, bro. Ibaka, Grant, and Bogdan. Okay, he switched it off for Bogdan. Serge, Gallo, and Grant, same three. Yeah, so we basically think alike, guys. We Laker fans are the smartest fans out there, man. The smartest fans out there. We know what we need, what we could use, and what would make us dominate. And so, Melo is very underrated as well. I would not mind adding him at all. But rumor has it he's going back to the Knicks because he might retire after this year. And that's everybody knows he grew up in West Baltimore. So he's always a Knicks fan growing up. I want Beal. He's not a free agent. Dan, what about Van Fleet? He's going to get paid. Rumor has it he's re-signing with the Raptors on an $80 to $90 million deal. We'll see how much validity that rumor has in a couple hours. But yep. Joe Harris should be targeted, but too expensive. I agree with the second part of that. He's way too expensive. Expensive. Essentially, what he would turn here, over there, he can handle the ball a little bit and attack more. But here with the Lakers, he would just be a one-trick pony, just a catch and shoot guy. We don't need another ball handler. We need somebody who can be versatile. Only time we need a ball handler is if you're coming off the bench. But other than that, or if we want to rest LeBron, because we don't want to play him that many minutes. But other than that, yeah, I don't see us paying $20 million for him to just come over here and be a glorified Kyle Korver. JJ Redick, is he even a free agent? Is JJ Redick a free agent? I didn't know that. Would I sign Hood? Yep. I would sign Rodney Hood just because of his last name, man. He's from the hood, bro. No, I'm just playing. Not because of that, but he's a solid wing. He plays good defense. He can knock down shots. He's inconsistent, but for the right price, I say why not? We take a flyer on him for sure. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If anything breaks major, you know where to find me. I'll be right here. Make sure you guys smash the like button on the way out. We got 500 people in here. I need at least 300 likes, man, by the time I get off. So thank you guys, though. For those of you that have shown support and love, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys hopefully in a bit. Hopefully we got some amazing news to talk about. Regardless, man, I'll be back real soon. Peace out, guys.